Welcome to the Women's Hoop Show. If you missed our last episode, we broke down everything that went down at the 2025 WNBA Draft with the one, the only, Sheryl Swoopes. Today, we're getting a different perspective on the draft, straight from someone who's lived it. Joining us is WNBA legend Angel McCoughtry, the #1 overall pick in the 2009 draft. She knows the pressure, the preparation, and the power of draft night better than most. On the court, Angel is a 5-time WNBA All-Star and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Off the court, she's an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and visionary, dedicated to making an impact that goes far beyond basketball. From her dominant days at the University of Louisville, where she became the program's all-time leader in points, rebounds, and steals, to launching businesses and giving back to the community, Angel is proof that greatness doesn't stop at the buzzer. And while she's not officially done with the WNBA just yet, she's already building her next chapter. We're thrilled to have her here to talk hoops, business, purpose, and everything in between. Let's welcome the incredible Angel McCoughtry to the show. Angel McCoughtry, welcome to the Women's Hoop Show. It is always so great to see you. How are you? Where are you? What are you doing? What's going on?
First of all, it's a pleasure to be in the Hoop Show. I'm ecstatic to be on here. Girl, you won't believe where I'm at, girl. I'm in Egypt right now with the pyramids. I know, right? Always doing something, going somewhere. I love traveling, obviously, but really I'm over here because I'm doing some NBA Africa stuff with the BAL League, stuff like that. So after here, I'm be in Senegal, helping the kids, doing what we do.
Love that. Okay, I would have never guessed Egypt. You are always somewhere. That is my favorite thing about you. You are on the go. On the go. I was like, what? I looked at your Instagram. I was like, 5 days ago she was in LA, so maybe she's in the US. Then I checked your story. I'm like, wait a second.
You know what's funny? Us as basketball players, I feel like because of the life we lived, it's kind of hard for us to sit down. Like we play overseas, we're always traveling, boom, 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 boom. And I think it's just something about us that we have to learn how to just like sit down for a month. And I haven't got to that point yet because I'm still in like a basketball mind frame. But yes, it's gonna come.
I love. Well, what are you doing over there? What are you excited about working with the NBA Africa?
You know what? I'm getting excited with just more so talking with the kids, especially the women, because obviously they feel like they don't have an opportunity because they may be from Africa or things like that. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter where you're from, your economic background, your religion, you can make it if you want it. So once I kind of teach them that and they learn that, they really figure it out.
That's so great. And being able to share your story, I'm sure, across borders. I mean, everybody knows who Angel McCoughtry is because of the baller that you were. But I wanted to ask too, were you able to watch the WNBA draft that just happened the other night?
Yes, I watched a little bit of it. Obviously, the time difference, me being here, I tried to catch like the highlights and glimpses of the WNBA draft, see what's going on. But it was a good draft. I mean, every draft is unique. I loved it. I mean, I just love the fan base it gets now. How everybody zips up there. Because I thinking back at my draft 2009, it was a small room with a couple tables. We were just trying to make it, and now just to see like we got all the influencers there, all the brands want to go. So it's just good to see that progress.
I was going to ask that. You already jumped. 2009. Let's go back in time where you were the #1 draft pick. And I'm sure as you watch, Paige Bueckers being the #1 draft pick this time, when you were getting drafted, you talked about it being a small room. Take me back to that moment. What were those feelings that you felt?
I felt like I manifested being #1 because it was my draft class. Even the draft class before was like Candace Parker and all them. It was tough.
Mm-hmm.
Then my draft class had Renee Montgomery, DeWanna Bonner, Breon January, Marissa Coleman, like we had a draft class all the way down to like the second round. So I was like, oh my God, like anybody could have been #1, but I kept praying and I kept manifesting it. And to hear my name called #1, I was like, oh my God, thank you, God. Because I would stay in the gym. I didn't even party in college. I stayed in the gym all day, all night. So it was it's just a real experience.
That is, I forget about all those names that were in that draft class. That is
Big draft class.
crazy.
Big
big
draft.
draft class in 2009. But I also think it's interesting because the Atlanta Dream was a new franchise. Like they were only 1 year old when you got
1 year
drafted
old.
there. And
Mhm.
we have the Valkyries making their very first draft pick this
Yes.
year.
Mhm.
What was that experience like going to a brand new franchise that was still trying to figure it out?
Yeah, because I knew coming in, they had only won 4 games the season before. So I was like, I had to prepare my mind like, okay, this is not gonna be Louisville. This is not. So I prepared my mind for it, but I knew we had good players coming in. But we wind up actually winning 20 games that season. And from then on, the rest is history. I mean, we played at State Farm Arena. We
Mhm.
had a big we had a big crowd. So from that, I think it's just something like you build with. Like, cause when I would go around Atlanta, nobody knew we had a WNBA team at all, right?
Hmm.
But then as the years progressed, everybody knew the Atlanta Dream. So to watch that growth. But here's the difference between the Valkyries. Everybody knows the Valkyries existed.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
they don't have to
Yeah.
say, "We have a WNBA team," like we did in Atlanta. It was like, "Yes, we have a WNBA team." "Oh, we do?" They don't have to deal with that. So that's the beauty of it
Mhm.
already. They're already ahead, and, I think they have a good squad, and if it's a rebuilding year, like, it's okay. Your new squad figuring it out. Time will come, and if they already in there winning, I mean, that's already amazing in itself. So, it's good to see more teams coming. Obviously, next year is what, Toronto? The year
Mhm.
after that, we got
Portland.
somebody coming out. Yeah, coming out. I've been talking with people at Louisville. We're trying to get one in Louisville coming out, little hush hush. So we'll see if it works.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So we trying to get some things done. Hopefully we can have 20, 30 teams by the time it's all said and done.
that's what we want. And I think we right now we are in this growth period, and you have talked about that and talked about how everybody knows the Valkyries are happening. Everybody knows the WNBA draft was happening.
Right.
Millions of viewers tuned in. What are some things that you have seen, maybe the biggest things from 2009 when you entered the league until now?
I would say more NBA players involved. Like I remember when I was number one pick, someone introduced me. I'm not gonna say his name to a certain NBA player. They were like, "Yo, she's number one pick," and he was not interested. He gave
Mm,
me the side eye, and this particular player is now all involved in the NBA. So I'm like, okay, they are now their eyes are open. They're not looking at us like, and that's not just with them, with everybody. Because I saw some like lookovers, like, oh, okay, uh huh. You know what I'm saying? So the growth is there.
yeah.
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see the fan base. I like I said before, I do want people to know more than 10 players. Okay, because people can't name me more than 10 WNBA players. Yes, we got all this growth, but how are we growing if you only know 10? Is it really
Yeah.
growth, or you just knowing 10 and everybody just supporting 10 players? So we got to grow where we know all of the players because people know the NBA players that sit on the bench. They know the ones that
Mhm.
only got 1 point, one stat. So it's time to get to know these girls, get to know more than a 10. And that's all I'm saying.
I saw that TMZ video of you
Girl.
going to the reporter and
And
saying,
I'm like,
"Name me 10," and he
and he did
could
not
not.
post that part. I wish he would have posted it because he was like, he said, Sue Bird, Lisa Leslie. Okay. Keep it. He didn't even put me in there. I'm standing right next. He only got like 4.5. I'm like, bro, you could have had 5. Just say my name. I'm right next to you. It was horrible. Horrible. And
Oh,
that's what's going on right now. So you feel me?
mm,
But we'll
mm.
get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
What we always say, we have come so far, but there's
Mhm.
still some more to go.
Still a
There's
little
still
bit,
some more
still
to
a little
go.
bit.
A
And for the
little
brands
bit.
too. The brands, let's rotate the names. You can't promote the same 10 because people won't know no one else but the 10. We only promote the same 10. So
That's a
it's
good point.
room for them. It's room for these girls. So I'll take up for the girls that need it. It's room for some more. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love it. Okay, I want to talk about you mentioned Louisville, and let's be blunt, you dominated there. You
Mhm,
dominated in college. All-time leader in points, rebounds, and steals, three-time All-American. When you think about your college career, especially these rookies coming off of their college careers,
mhm.
what's something that you were most proud of during your college years?
You know what? Like remember I told you I would be in the gym till midnight. And I remember Coach Walls, he just stumbled in the office late at night. He's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm always here at night." He's like, "You really want to be great, huh?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." And he said, If you want to go to national championship, the Final Four," I said, "Absolutely, that's my dream." He said, "Then get your teammates in here with you." And I was like,
Mm,
"Oh my God." I said, "What is it that I'm getting better and not helping my teammates get better?" So I would start dragging Becky Burke along, start bringing them in, get some extra shots up. And literally that year, I went to the national championship game. So that's the thing I took was it's not only about us you being better because as kids we're kind of narcissistic. It's all about me. I want to do good. I want to score all the points. But when you can make others around you better, you really go to a different level as a player and as a leader. And that's when you don't become good, you become great.
I love that so much because
Yeah.
it is it's a team sport. That's
It's a
what
sport.
basketball is, and I
Mhm.
know you have all the accolades, but I'm sure those moments with your teammates and everything that you accomplish with those teams are also important. And I also know that when you go back to Louisville these days, you are treated like a god, like the basketball god that you are. Your
No, yeah.
jersey is hanging in the rafters. And I wanted to get your opinion on this because I feel like the college landscape right now, I don't know if we're going to get that as much. Like where you stayed in Louisville all
Oh,
your time there and you were able to wear that jersey and that jersey is in the rafters. Now with the transfer portal, I feel like that association or that pride of being at one school
yeah.
may be slipping away. So I just wanted to know what
Oh,
your thoughts are
it
on
has
that.
slipped away. Because I 'cause Imma tell you this,
Yeah.
I struggled in Louisville in the beginning. I felt like I wanted to leave. Coach didn't play me. I was going through it, but I stayed, right? I went through the fire. And a lot of players during our era, we went through the fire. We didn't always wanna be there. We didn't get treated always the right way, but we stuck through it, right? As soon as a kid don't like something, they're gone, right? The only thing I have with that is how is that teaching you the right principles in life? Because you're not gonna always like your boss. You're not gonna always like the way things go. Everything might not always go your way. Sometimes you gotta stick through it. And these kids are being taught to just leave whenever something don't go their way. I just don't want that to affect them later on in life. And people are not talking about how many kids are in the transfer portal. There's tons of kids sitting there in the portal. That's the part that people don't understand and see. Yeah, you get the top ones come out, but then you have all these other ones sitting there trying to find a place and they don't have a place. So there's a dark side to the portal that has not been discovered by a lot of people, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. And even now, when I do speaking engagements, I'm like, hey, I'm Angel McCoughtry, went to the University of Louisville. Now the kids are like, hey, I'm such and such, and I went to Arizona State, and I went to Maryland, and I went to Oregon. And I'm like, what the heck? They can't even name one school. I swear to God that happened when I did an event with one of the young kids. She named 3 schools and I'm like, "Bruh, they don't even sound right." Oh
You
my
know,
God.
my biggest question for the portal, because you're right, there are hundreds of kids still in the portal before
Mhm.
and the portal closes in a couple days. So what
The
happens
portal
with
closes? I didn't even
oh,
know
it
that.
closes. The doors
Oh my,
close.
I ain't know that part. I thought it was always open. See, y'all, come on. Go back and stick through the fire because sometimes when you do stick through the fire, it makes you stronger. You become a better player and you become great. Like you just figure it out early. Like you figure out life. You don't figure out life when it's easy. You got to get uncomfortable to go to another level. We all know that. If you kids are not getting uncomfortable, you want everything easy to go your way. That is not how life works. You can't go to another level like that. It's the truth.
Preach. You know what my thing is? You know how you have to learn a fight song? Like you have to
Mm.
learn the school's fight song. Do you think all these transfers are learning all of these schools' fight songs? Like they're on their third school and they still knowing all the the lyrics. That's
They don't know the fight songs. Absolutely, they don't. They don't know. They don't know the
my biggest
no.
portal
They
question.
don't. They don't know the cheer. They don't know nothing.
The chants. It's too
They just
much to
thinking about
remember.
coach ain't played me 15 plus minutes, so I'm out of here. They ain't know nothing else.
Oh
That's it.
man. The portal has been killing me. I mean, everybody has their reasons why they're going into the portal, but I just wanted to ask you, I was genuinely curious of your thoughts because I mean, we see someone like Paige who has been at UConn for all 5 years and we see how that school and all the alumni wrap their arms around her and I just wonder if it's going to be the same like that in the future if we keep getting transfers. Just my thought.
So she could be a good example of she stuck through it. She
Mhm.
stayed. The alumni love her. She finally got her ring. I'm sure if she would have
Yep.
transferred here and there, it's hard to get a ring like that. You get your ring, you know what I'm saying? So she's a great example of sticking through it. That's why she's number one. at the same school.
Okay.
She can go at an event and say, "Hey, I'm Paige, and I went to the University of UConn." How
Mhm.
beautiful! How beautiful!
One school.
It's beautiful, and she can do that, and she can say that, and that's why she's the number one draft pick.
I love that. I love it. Okay, I also wanted to get your thoughts on recent news of ElenaDelleDonne retiring
Yeah.
after 10 seasons in the WNBA. What
Mhm.
was your reaction to that news?
I was sad because I'm sad when any of the girls retire because it just feels like a piece of you. I mean, obviously for me, because I'm from that era with all of them, it's just a piece of you. It's like, oh my God, this is really different now. This league is really different. And you see a piece of that leave and another piece with Diana and then another piece with Sue and another piece with Sylvia Fowles and another piece with Candace Parker and another piece.
Mhm.
And you're just like, oh. And then it makes you think like, man, my time is coming next because I haven't retired. So you
Right.
makes you think like, man, my time is coming soon. And it's just like, man, all these girls that I grew up with are just leaving. And it makes you sad. But at the end of the day, I look forward to knowing what their next journey is. I'm excited
Mhm.
about that part. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, in your Instagram post to EDD, my favorite thing, you said, "My goat, I will miss you, and you were damn hard to guard." And
Woo!
then she commented, said, "I love you, Angel. You are an absolute pain in my ass to play against." So I love that banter. And also, I wanted to ask because we know EDD was up there, but who are your top 5 hardest players to guard in your time?
These are my
7-time
top five.
WNBA all defensive first team, Angel McCoughtry. Who's in
Right.
your top
And
5?
and I'm gonna just put it like this before I tell you. I can't say like um what's her name? I can't say Cheryl Swoops or anything because I got her at the end. She was an older
Right,
player. Like she was all, pretty much
right.
40. I knew if I had played against the Cynthias and the Cheryls early on in their primes, like I knew I would have said that. But because I was a different era, during my era, the hardest people to guard was Tamika Catchings,
Mm.
Maya Moore, Elena Deladon, um, Simone Augustus. And these are people that I had to guard. Like these are the hardest people I had to guard. Simone Augustus, I gave you 4. And a 5th would have to be who was really my 5th hard to guard player. Because sometimes I had to play the 4. Um
You were guarding all of the position, everybody,
and,
pretty
and this is what
much.
and this is what I'm trying to tell people. Like I look at today's league and I'm not trying to knock. Like our league during the era, it was you didn't have a day off guarding somebody. I feel like now you can get a day off or 2 guarding.
Ooh,
Don't hold it
okay.
against me. Don't hold it against me, y'all. I can't think of a 5th, but it will come to me. It's gonna come.
Okay. I mean, that 4 lineup is
That
uh
4 is like, oh my God, bro.
woo. What made
Oh,
them
and
so
I would
hard to
say
guard?
Candace Parker. She was
Oh,
very
okay.
hard to guard. Because I would have to guard her sometimes because they kind of made me guard the 4 because I actually play defense. I wasn't just a scorer. And I had to guard these girls. I'm like, why am I guarding the 4 player? Like, why do they have me? Because I was so athletic. And it was just like not easy, man. It's just not easy.
What made them so hard to guard specifically?
Oh my gosh, versatility. Like who makes moves like Elena Deladon today or Candace? Like who's their height and makes their moves right now? Name me 2 players that make their moves right now at their height.
Mm,
I'm waiting.
well, wait.
The versatility, they could handle, they could shoot. They had everything, every ounce of basketball down pack. Like there wasn't like nothing like, oh, she could dribble and pass, but she needs to work on it was nothing like that. They had everything down. The jump shot, the 3, the handle, the pass, the deflections, the defense, like the IQ. It was everything. Hard to guard. Hard to guard.
What's your mindset going in when you know you have to guard an ElenaDelleDonne for the game? Are
The
you just like, do you
mindset,
say a prayer and you just hope
no.
it's not 50?
Thank God there's not 5 of them. Thank God that players have different levels. That she's the only one out there in her level. Because if it was another one of her or 5 of hers, it's done. Thank God that this girl will turn it over. Thank God that she can't shoot. Thank God that this one ain't a good passer. Because Elena Deladon and all these ones I named can do it all. Thank God for those ones who are not on their level because it helps us. Because it's 5 of them, it's over. It's nothing you can do ever in life.
That is
There's levels to
so
this, man.
funny.
It's levels to this. It's
I
just
love how
honestly,
you're getting so hyped. You're like, I'm back in that moment of
bruh.
playing defense.
Yeah, it's because it's just bringing me back, and it's just hard, man. Nothing like it.
Okay, I don't wanna bring you back, but you did get to play with them and share the court with them for the Olympic team, especially EDD and that 2016 Olympic. When we've talked before, and I just wanna briefly touch on it because you said that there is nothing higher than your gold medals and being an Olympian. Just
Mhm.
speak to that and what was it like to share the court with all those great players?
I mean, I probably would say that's the best thing in my career. Obviously, I haven't won a WNBA championship just yet, but that right there to play with, like you said, those players that are so hard to guard and to learn next to them, it took my game to another level. And just learning who they are, who they were off the court, like their personalities. Oh, they're amazing people, and you can learn so much. Like EDD is a great businesswoman. You know what I mean? Like Candace is a
Mhm.
great. She's just great at being a marketing woman. Like she knows what she just gets it. You know what I mean? Um, just all of them had brought something special. Sue brought this motherly vibe that you just wanted to cling under her, like just be under her. And like Diana, like she was a type that she just kind of taught you like how to like, just say okay. When coach was wrong or something, she just would say okay and keep it moving and just always on time.
Mhm.
Like you just learn that stuff. You take a little bit from everybody. And that's kind of what I did at USA.
That's so cool, and you got gold out of it too. I mean,
Yeah, I
that's not
go,
too bad.
yeah, not too bad. I'm happy to say like um God blessed me to be able to have two gold medals, and I can always say I'm an Olympic gold medalist, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Well, you mentioned it, you said, you haven't won a WNBA championship yet, and
Yeah.
you haven't retired yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Can
Not yet.
we expect you on a court soon, or how are you feeling
Listen,
about
I'm
your
on the court
WNBA
every
future?
day. I'm on the court every day. It's just up to
She
if
said,
the
"I'm
GM.
working."
I'm working every day. It's up to a GM or team to say, okay, Angel can help us because it's been tough. Like I'm gonna admit, I do feel like people kind of like in a way don't believe in me anymore. They're aging
Mhm.
me and saying this and that, but I know that I still have it, and I wouldn't waste anybody's time. I'm such a realist. If people know my personality, I'm very real, and I'll keep it to the point. I'm not gonna waste time if I don't have it. I wouldn't even be trying to keep begging to get back in a way. It's actually kind of sad I have to beg to get back in,
Yeah,
but it's the
yeah.
situation I'm in. And honestly, I've gone through so much in the last few years. Like with my career, I've cried a lot of nights, and of course, people look at my social media and like, oh, she's good, but really sometimes you just need somebody to reach out and just say like, "Yo, Ange, you good?" And that's all I probably really needed through this time.
Mhm.
And I just wanted somebody to just say, "Yo, just come do one workout. Just come." So I think that this was just a time where God was just trying to teach me some things, like how to reset, how to like not move around so much, how to figure out other things outside of basketball. And I feel like during these down moments, that's kind of the things I've got to do my first movie. So it's like, okay, God, even though I'm depressed about this, and this is not going my way, what else do I need to learn from this situation? So that's kind of what I've gone through it. So at this point, I'm gonna say this: if I don't get in this year, I will call it because I can't wait another year. I already waited
Mm,
2 or 3 years. If I do get in, I have about 3 to 4 years left, and I'll put it like
wow.
that.
What
Yeah.
what keeps that belief? Where does that come from? You that belief in yourself, even when you feel like other
Mm,
people are doubting you.
I don't even know. It has to be God because literally my mom was like, Angel, you need to move on. You're stuck in life. My agent is
Our
like, this is
moms.
my agent who I'm like, help me. He's just like, it's embarrassing at this point. Everybody's saying no. But I'm like, there's gonna be one yes. It's not like, I feel like I just gotta keep pushing and fighting. I
Mm.
think there will be a yes. It's gotta be a yes in there somewhere. If not, then it's just like, all right, this is must have been what God's plan was. Gotta move on somehow, some way. So we'll figure it
When
out.
whenever I'm saying 5 years from now, when you do officially put the
Oh,
laces up because you are
yep.
going into the league and you officially put the laces up, what do you want people to remember about your career and say about you as a WNBA player, basketball player?
If I can get back in, I want them to see how I never gave up, that I was a fighter. I worked hard. And one story that really inspired me in this moment right now was George Foreman's movie. I don't know if you saw it. He came back at 40 and dominated.
Mhm.
And I want to be a testament that I had 2 ACL injuries. I gone through it. Everybody said no. Nobody wanted to believe in me anymore. But she still made it back in and still did what she needed to do. And look at where she's at now because she didn't give up. So that's hopefully the legacy can head toward that direction.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
And one thing that I admire about you is that fight, but also how you are so much more than a basketball player. And you have so much to offer the world. And you have McCoughtry's ice cream, and you're a producer, and you are an entrepreneur. How has basketball and being that fighter in basketball been able to help you in all of these off court
Hold on, girl.
endeavors?
Wait a minute. Help. Wait a
Don't
minute. Let
don't
me put this in my pocket. Cause you about to make me tear up for a sec. Hold on. Dang, I had to kind of hold it in for a minute. Cause see, I don't like to cry on camera. Now, to answer your question, it's helped me with a lot because being a ball player, I learned discipline with being a ball player, and that's helped me become a businesswoman, like being on time and letting like how we work hard at the basketball court, teaching my employers like, hey, put a smile on your face, work hard. We want people to come back, just like we want fans to come back and watch us play basketball, buy tickets. Same thing. When you come to an ice cream shop, make them feel welcome, work hard, put a smile on your face. So all those attributes, I actually kind of like use every basketball tactic to life because I don't know anything else. So I think
Yes.
about it as in, okay, so if I was playing basketball, it would be like this, do it this way. So it's kind of weird, but it works.
I love it. And what's your
Yeah.
favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor, in general at my shop.
Ooh, at your shop. Yeah. Promo, marketing.
Promo. We have a banana pudding ice cream that is like for real, like banana
Ooh.
pudding, and it is good, and it's one of the top sellers. And my dad he makes watermelon shaved ice from scratch, and it's like the real watermelon, and it's just like people love that. So when you in
That
Atlanta, you
sounds
let me know.
so good. I
We
know, I know. I have been trying to get there for
Yeah.
years, and
Oh,
I
geez.
will go. I'm more of like I'm boring. I'm like, cookies and cream? Like, cookie
Oh,
dough? Those are
that's
boring
always.
flavors.
We
Okay.
actually have a vegan cookies and cream that tastes just like, ooh, and you gonna love it
Ooh,
because
that sounds good.
it tastes the same. You gonna love it.
Okay. All right. I'll put it on my list. Put it on my list.
Yes.
Before we wrap up, do you wanna play a game?
Ooh, you know I'm a competitor.
I know. Well, it's a question game, so it's not anything like that. We're
All right,
debuting it. You're our first guest to do this game because
all
I knew
right,
you'd be perfect for it. So let
let's
me
do
let me
it.
tell you the rules. Let me tell you the
All
rules.
right,
So it's called pick and roll. So I've got a stack of cards here that say the Women's Hoop Show on it, and each has a question on it. So you're gonna pick one question, one card, and you got three options. So you can use the screen, answer the question, or you can hit the roller, reverse the question back to me. Or if you're not feeling it, you can reject the screen and not answer the question.
all
Okay?
right. Okay,
You got it? So I don't
got it.
know what questions you're going to pick. We're going to let the questions kind of dictate the rest of our conversation. Maybe we'll do a couple rounds. All
All right,
right?
cool. Let's do it.
Okay. So you got one, two, or three?
Let's do two.
Two. Okay. Ah, this is perfect for you. If there was a movie made about your life, who would star and who would direct? And bonus, what would the credit song be at the end?
All
Probably
right.
one of your songs.
You know the credit sign is gonna be GOAT. Okay, and then I will have Candace Parker direct it because I feel like she got something in her bag with direct. I
Okay.
want Candace Parker to direct it and Nneka Ogwumike. Two, yeah, they would be great. To play the
Mhm.
role, who would I have play the role? And I ain't gonna say no Sanaa Lathan. That's what y'all want me to say, and I ain't doing it. Okay,
So now it's like, I'm done. Love and basketball is over.
who could I have play the role?
This is a good one.
Honestly, I would have Iziani Castro Marquez. You got to put her picture up on this thing.
Oh,
So she's one of my old teammates from Brazil, and people say we look just alike. Izzy, can you play the role? Let's see.
We're putting our request in now. Okay, shout out to the casting directors. I love that. That was the perfect question for you with your movie background. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, another round, another round. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go with 3.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
Tell us about a moment or period of self-doubt. How did you get through it?
I mean, we have many of those moments. Let me see. I'm trying to think of the biggest moment of self-doubt. I would say like kind of like what I mentioned, like these last years, like I'm like, do I just quit? I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I just give up. Nobody wants me. I have dealt with that for a lot. Like, why does nobody want me on their team? Why does nobody think I had a lot of that self-doubt. So um I would say, yeah, just still getting through that. And now how I'm dealing with it is a lot of like gone to therapy, a
Mhm.
lot of positive affirmations. You gotta do it. You gotta feed
Got
it.
to.
You got to. It's kind of like a lot of people don't realize we work on our outer body, like lifting weights and working out. You have to train your insides too, like your inner core, your inner spirit, your mind. That's training as well. And I've learned how to exercise those things. You got to, man, because that's where it starts. Really, this is the biggest muscle. So a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people ain't training this muscle. They just leaving it be. You got to train this muscle. You could be as good as a player you want to be, but if this ain't there, what is it?
Mhm.
You got to train the mind.
What advice would you give to incoming WNBA players? Because there's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be periods of self-doubt. There's going to be injuries that are
Mhm.
going to sideline you. And I think now we are talking about mental health and we are talking about exercising that muscle. But what would you say to these incoming rookies that are starting this journey? Work on the court, but also work this mental part too.
Yeah, so I remember people kept telling me, "Oh, you're gonna hit the rookie wall because you just finished playing college at UNWA," and I believed it, and I actually felt like I hit a rookie wall. I'm gonna tell these rookies that doesn't exist. You play basketball every day, if even if you wasn't WNBA. So don't let that rookie wall thing. That's out the question. Do what you got to do to train your mind. Guess what? On off days, get away from the game. Go see a movie. Go hang with your friends. Just get away from it. And then the main thing is learn your body, learn what you need to strengthen. A lot of things. A lot of kids don't stretch. That's why they get injured and tearing ACLs.
Mhm.
Stretch. I stretch for an hour before I work out. Well, now,
Mm.
but when I was younger, I didn't. So a lot of because I was athletic, I could dunk the ball. So a lot of these kids are not stretching like they should. Take the time to stretch, guys. You will never have an injury if you do. I promise.
Mm, so
Promise you.
good. And stretch your mind too. Like those affirmations, that is stretching to make sure
Y'all,
everything is all in check in there. All right,
listen.
last round.
Yeah, last
Last
round.
round. You ready?
Yeah,
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
one.
Oh, when did you first realize you loved basketball?
Oh, easy one. At 8 years old, I knew I loved it. Was the only girl going up to the court, and there was a bunch of guys there. So I got labeled a tomboy, which I hated. Not my fault. A group of girls not out here. I just let it play ball. Like what the heck? And like I told the story many a times. When I was about 12, all the guys was like, "Yo, the WNBA," and I'm like, "What's that?" NBA before the girls. I'm like, they like, "Go home and watch it." And I start seeing girls like me. I'm like, "Oh snap! I'm playing towards something." Because it didn't exist. I just was playing because I really loved it. It didn't even exist. So to see that was just like, whoa. And
Mhm.
from then on, I probably knew like I'm gonna be a WNBA player one day. So
I love that. That
yeah,
love was just already there. You just love to
already
play.
there. Just
What
love to play.
specifically about the game? Because I love this question because, some people say I love the competition. I loved beating the boys. I love to be able to the way the leather of the ball feels in my hand. What about the game made you fall in love?
As a kid, it was just like that feeling you got when you made a shot. It was mom and dad smiling. As an adult, it was the camaraderie, the sisterhood, really
Mhm.
bonding with your teammates and the applause. I really enjoyed the applause of the game.
I love
Yeah.
that. Well, Angel, I'm gonna give you a round of applause because You are one of my favorites. You have been interviewed by me so many times as I beg you for interviews for so many different things. So thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. Go enjoy Egypt. I can't wait to see
Yes.
you gallivanting on your Instagram stories. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll do this soon.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an update. Your support means the world. And if you're feeling generous, leaving a quick rating or review helps more Hoops fans discover the show. And you can now see us on our brand new YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe there. Also, our inbox is open for business. Shoot us an email at women'shoops@odyssey.com to tell us what's on your mind. We want to hear your hottest takes about the draft, your burning questions about the upcoming season, and all your feelings about all things women's hoops. We just might feature your note on the show. That's women'shoops@odyssey.com. The Women's Hoop Show is an Odyssey original podcast hosted by me, Jordan Robinson. Our producer is Phil Sweetek. Our video team is led by Kurt Courtney and includes Tim Meikle, Evan Cox, Allison Jeffrey, and Lauren Vieira. Our executive producers are Greg Holtzman, Asha Saluja, Danny Freisinger, Maddie Sprunkheiser, and Leah Reese-Dennis. And special thanks to Moira Curran and Josephina Francis.